Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspective. Today we are going to Kailash Temple at Ellora, District Sambhajinagar, Maharashtra, India. It is a UNESCO site. So we are going to see why it is a UNESCO site, why it is a unique, and why they say there is no parallel example in the world for this type of temple architecture. And in a way, the temple is developed, constructed, and decorated. We are going to see in each and every step all these things. And we are going to get convinced at the end, yes, it is unique. There are no parallel example to it. This is a gross map I am showing you of the temple before going to it. According to some books, not only what we are seeing outside the temple, in addition to that, there are many hidden passages below the temple. Of course, we are not allowed to go there, neither we are allowed in excavations, but it's a belief that it was there because the temple was supposed to be constructed by extraterrestrial, that is aliens. They have come and they have made this temple. Some people think that there are certain dwarf sculptures, that there was some residential colonies like structure below the temple of these dwarf people. We really don't know what exactly is the truth. But it is said that extraterrestrial machines were kept by extraterrestrial people or whosoever they are, and they have kept there so that they can use it as and when they need. Real fact, real truth, nobody knows. So let's get going to the what is in front of us, what we see in the temple. The Kailash temple architecture is different from the earlier temple style prevalent in the Deccan region. We had seen the history of this Deccan region, Maharashtra, in some other lecture. Link is given. See it. So the temple development and architecture was slightly different than what there was a prevailing. The southern influence on the temple architecture can be attributed to the involvement of the Chalukyas and Pallava artists in the constructions. But actually Pallavas has never ruled these areas. Chalukyas, yes. And many of the Chalukyan temple development has come from Pallavas because they had fights also and they have exchange of technology also as far as temples are concerned. So might have come from them, we really don't know. But there are no parallel example. Some of the people say one of the temple in Pattadakal resembles it, but we have got detailed video over it and we find that there are some similarities, but not that it is a copy of it, nor there are any reasons to believe that the architects were same from that two regions. Do visit our website. There is a lecture on that will give you a total idea about all the temples of Pattadakal, not only Virupaksha temple. The indigenous Deccan artist appears to have played a substantial role in the temple developed construction, because it is totally different and there are no parallel example, so it has to be innovative. The entrance to the temple courtyard features a low gopuram. By and large, if we go to South India, the gopuram are large. They are supposed to be taller than the temple. But here the concept is different. The concept is different. It was a mountain which was carved and the temple was made. Now Kailasha temple in Ellora cave is extraordinarily carved, extraordinarily constructed. You can say as it is a cave cut, or it is ultimate in the cave cut, and it is devoted to Shiva. It's hundreds of years old a monolith. What is mono is single, lith is a stone. So it's a single stone. There are no architecture, there is no interlocking, there are no two stones. It's a single stone, and that all is in the basalt stone. Basalt stone, mind, is very hard. It is very difficult to cut. Now beautiful carved sculptures fill the temple. There are 32 caves in the Ellora. The Kailasa temple is cave number 16. There are no inscriptions in the temple to track its history, but historians attribute the construction to the Rashtrakuta king Krishna I in the 8th century. Later ruler further extended the temple. So it is not a one person who has constructed, but it started in 8th century and it went on. And according to ASI, it is 150 years old. Or rather, they had taken 150 years to complete the temple construction. The master architect had chosen to excavate, that is, to drill, to hit, to carve, and to chisel at top of the mountain, go down. Now, massive amount of stones were dug out without the help of modern machinery. The temple stands independent of surrounding rocks. There are carvings on the inside and outside of the temple. The temple architecture has Dravidian influence. The main temple has U-shaped courtyard. The column arcade are 3-storied, and there is a courtyard also. The arcade contains enormous sculptures of deities and sculptures panels. The elephants are auspicious animal in Hinduism. They are worshipped and they are in all the temples. And it is believed that lowermost layer by the elephants means that is the Gajapatti. That is, they are withstanding weight of the temple, or they are taking weight of temple on their back. And second, it is sign of prosperity. It's a life-size sculpture of elephant in Kailasa temple. You will see two. The sculpture of the sacred bull, that is Nandi, has to be there when there is Mahadeva temple, and it is there with Nandi Mandapa. You will need to spend several hours if you want to know the temple in detail, if you want to appreciate the sculptures. Even when we are going to see or tell you with the help of photographs and videographs, we have taken more than 4 videos for that, making total more than 4 to 5 hours to cover this lecture. So you will have to give more than that hours because it is edited one. Now, coming back to the temple. It has held a climax of the rock phase of the Indian architecture. Rock cutting technology, cave temples, as we know, they cut the rock and built a temple, but the standalone temples is totally different. It is the largest temple. It is the largest temple out of 34 caves at present. Collectively, these temples form Ellora caves and are spread over 2 kilometers. You will have to walk or you have to take an electrical vehicle. But anyway, it is a long way for walk. The Kailasa temple architecture is different from earlier style prevalent in the Deccan, as we have seen. There are no parallel example. So all these artists has to depend. Now it appears that Virupaksha temple of Pattadakal, I told you very clearly, we have got full video on the Pattadakal temple. Externally, to some extent, they have got similarities, but both are miles away. Both architecture are different, carvings are different, technologies are different, in the way they are carved are different. So there is a lot of difference between two. Idea might have been inspired, but doesn't mean that it is a copy version of it. Then there is also a temple at Kanchi, but within the limits they are not same. Now Chalukyas and Pallavas, and to that extent Cholas, when they come to development of the temple, there is not much differences in as far as ideology is concerned. All of them want to construct huge temples which will last long, which will have a uniquity of them. They have started from Dravidian style. They have taken ideas from Nagara style, and at the end they have developed a style which was their own. Hoysala style different, Chalukya style different. Then if you go to Chola, they have got gigantic temples in Dravidian style. The entrance of the temple courtyard features a gopuram. The most of the deities on the left of the entrance are the Shivites affiliated to Shiva. There are two types of devotees, those who devote to Shiva and those who devote to Vishnu. So they are either called Vaishnavites or Shaivites. And third is Shaktism. So that is also possible. So here what we are finding is the Shivites, dominatingly Shivites, but you will find some of the carvings devoted to Lord Vishnu, indicating even Vaishnavas had influence, but there is not a dominating or large a sun temple to believe it, as Shaktism was also existing or supported. The two-storied gateway opens to the U-shaped courtyard. The dimensions of the courtyard are 82 by 46 meter at the base. The courtyard is edged by the column arcade, and it is 3-storied high. 3-storied height, then U-shape, or you can say along the curvature, the temple designs, architecture, carvings are arranged. The arcades are punctuated by huge sculpted panels and alcoves with containing enormous sculptures of the variety of deities. Originally, flying bridges, that is connecting two sections of the mandir, two sections of the temple were there, but they are fallen in the days, maybe because of earthquake, what the local people believes, but one is there today and another has fallen. Some of the most famous sculptures are Shiva in ascetic position, then Shiva in, you can get in how many positions? Shiva you can get in dancing position, that is Nataraja, or Tandavas also you can get in that. Then you can get Shiva in a dancing position, and you can get Shiva in ascetic position also. Then at one poster we see that Ma Parvati is telling Shiva to be careful from demon Ravanas, because he gave them certain assurances, because of which Ravanas become one of the most popular. But at that time Shiva was warned by his spouse Parvati and told him that you are not going to do a proper way by giving him the powers. Let's come now to the photographs. Now this is a photograph taken from outside. Once you are walking down towards the cave number 16, you will come by this way. On along the side there are caves. Now you are coming slightly towards the cave number 16, that is Kailash temple. Now you are in front of it. This is the door. You will find the door. Look at it. This is showing a map that will give you idea how the temple's caves are located. Now there are two ways once you come to in front of the temple. One goes up. Now you are seeing it. Now the way or the reason to go up by this way is you can see the top portion of the temple. So if you want to find something like an aerial view, not exactly aerial, because you can go on the mountain. This is a way to go up towards the mountain. We followed it. See where you are going up and out. The front is the temple inside. Now you start seeing a temple, because we have come to some certain height. From this height you can see this is a top of temple. This is the roof of a temple. You can see the roof of the temple. This is a side cave, no way really concerned with or related to the temple. Now this is the temple you are seeing from the top view. This is something like an aerial view, because we have gone from the side over the mountain and we are looking down. Now look at this. This again, can you see 4 lions on the top, on the roof? Yes, and if you observe carefully, the style is Dravidian style. The shikharas are of Dravidian style. The temple, look at this. Majority of temple is a square shaped. Now, over the roof you are seeing are the elephants and lions. Now, mind well, they are not kept outside. They are not brought from outside and kept there. They are carved in the mountain itself. Now, you should have a proper sight to know that you are going to have 4 lions here facing each other, symmetrical, of equal size, should not distort the geometry. One person cannot make mistake and damage everything. Now you can see here, you can see from here the bridge between the temple and the Gopuram. That is still intact, but another one has fallen. So still we are on the hilltop. From here you are seeing this temple. You are seeing the shikharas is Dravidian style. You can see Nandi Mandapas from here, and main temple is was seen earlier. Now we are coming front. Now this is Vijaya Stamba or Deepa Stamba, whatever you call it. This is also from the same rock. It is not separate. See how much designing they must have done. Now let us see, this is the entrance. Now you come to the entrance. You can see the Gopuram. Gopuram is smaller as compared to the Dravidian style or South Indian temple. The largest Gopuram where you get is in Sholas. Sholas has a gigantic Gopuram. Now look at this. This is a front portion of the valley. This is the entrance from where we are going. We have come to up the hill. We are going down the hill, and then we are going inside the temple. This is the front portion or face or profile of the temple. You can see a lot of carvings are there. They are partially ruined, but in spite of that, they will give you the beauty and glory. Look at the entrance. This is the entrance. On either side, you will find carvings, partially damaged, but still they speaks of the glory. Beautifully carved. We are just at the entrance. First, what we have seen, we have gone to the uphill from the side hill. We have seen an aerial view. Now we have come down and we are at the entrance. Now this is what we see at the entrance. On either side of entrance, there are beautifully carved pictures. See the carvings. And there is a door also by which you can go inside. Earlier it was Gopuram. Now these are the beautiful carvings. Now what we are seeing are the Gajabhishek of the goddess Lakshmi. So we are seeing goddess Lakshmi seated in the lotus. So it has to be a large pond, water reservoir. What you are seeing in water reservoir, a lot of plants are there, water plants are there. Can you see lotus, then water plants? Yes. And then you see the goddess Lakshmi. Now, as far as elephants are concerned, there are 2 rows. You are seeing a larger elephant on the upper row, and the smaller elephants are on lower portion. Now, what lower portion elephants are doing? They have got something with them. Yes, they have got something to collect water. So they are collecting water from the reservoir or from the pond, and they are handing it over to the another row of elephants, and the another elephant of row are putting that over the goddess. This is called Mastakabhishek. And because the elephants are doing it, it is called Gajalakshmi and Mastakabhishek. So it is beautifully carved. In a way they have carved the plants in the water plants are marvelous. There are flowers also in it, you have seen it. and the elephants are lifting water from it and pouring over the head. Now here there are certain scenes are there. See again beautifully carved. Look at this. Earlier you have seen Kamadev, that is Madan, he was holding a sugar cane in his hand. The only god or only deity which holds sugar cane in hand is Kamadev or Madan. Look at this. Now we have inside it, you can see the bridge. Bridge is between Gopuram and main temple. Main temple, first are the Nandi Mandapas, and then is the Garbhagriha. In front of it is Sabha Mandap. Now see here, we are seeing in still in the entrance. We are going on either side. We are going to take a round around it. Look at this, beautiful. Any piece of stone you will see it carved. And all around temple, there are small shrines. Now the wonderful part of it is the rain harvesting. Any rain, let it be a torrential rain or let it be a small rain, any rain that is falling here, the water will flow immediately outside. From temple it will fall into the courtyard, and from there it will go out. You will not find any stagnation of water anywhere. It is water harvesting is made in such a nice way. This is external. You are seeing the elephants, that is Gajapatti, as though they are taking the weight of the temple. Though many of them are damaged, you can get the idea that they were really beautiful. They are really strong and they are really beautifully carved. Now you can see some plastering over it. What exactly happened is, earlier days they have done some plastering over it and tried to paint it. That nowadays archaeology department has removed it, but at certain portions still you will see some remnants of plaster and paint. Maybe from earlier days or maybe later on it was done. We have no idea about it. As I told you, it is a two-storied. This is upstairs. This portion is the front of Nandi Mandapam. Gajapatti again. That was the... Above that you are seeing the portion which I have shown you just now as the first floor, upper store. This we are taking... Can you see a large canopy? It is one of the largest canopy without support, hanging here for many years, almost 25 to 30 feet. I am not very sure how many feet it is, but it looks very, very huge. And look how it is supported. Means how much structural knowledge these people had. You can see here. It is such a huge canopy. Just have a look at it. It is a front elevation. And above is a mountain. This is circumambulatory path. All around you can walk. Then again you are seeing beautiful decorations, and you can make out that the dominance is by Dravidians over it. Dravidian architectural style is dominating, though it is not 100% of it. You can see some reconstruction work done by archaeology department to see that the structure above it will be supported properly. Earlier it was a monolith. Some cracks have gone there, bound to be, because it is formed with the volcano, so you will get layers of them. We are trying to show you each and every corner of the temple externally. It do not include surrounding structures. It only includes exterior of the temple. The idea is to show you each and every elephant, each and every structure. Now we have come to the upper floor. There is a staircase. Once you come up, you come near Nandi Mandapam. This is outside Nandi Mandapam. Just now what we have seen from the ground floor. Now look at this scene from the... There is a space after the Gopuram. It is to the... if you face the temple, it is on the right side. You can go there, and this beautiful structures you can appreciate from that side. Some reconstructive work by archaeology department. Elephant of normal size or life size elephants. They were also earlier from the same mountain. This is where I come to the opposite side. First was right side once you face the temple. This is right side, earlier was the left side. So both sides we have given you total views, comparative. Slightly change in direction. It is one of a place near the Gopuram from where you can get excellent view of the temple. That is when once you are facing temple, it is to right side. You have to go through Gopuram. You can go on either side, right and left side. There are ways, but if you go to right side, you will get these views from where you can appreciate this temple in really great ways. Two-storied, how they have made, including steps. The towers are made from a single rock. That's why it stands as one of the unique building. There is no comparative, there is no match in the world. Now let's come to summary. It was a big lecture. I know we have seen a lot of minute structures also. We have seen historical aspect also. So let's come to a summary. The Kailash temple at Ellora was made by Rashtrakuta dynasty as a temple to worship Lord Shiva. It was meant to be look like a Mount Kailash, the adornable, respectable and native of Shiva, where all Hindus goes to worship Shiva once in a life. The Kailash temple is a stand-alone, multi-storied temple complex made looks like a Mount Kailash. It was earlier plastered and painted like white, so you can imagine the glory of it in the initial days when all the carvings were intact. They were looking snow white. So just like a Kailash, it was looking like. And Kailash is a Pauranic home of Lord Shiva. Then Mughal ruler Aurangzeb made a strong attempt to vandalize the Kailash temple, but he was not successful even after months of efforts by thousands of people, but still the temple is surviving today. All he could do was the minor damages, but not to main structure. The reason is very simple. It is made up of a strong stone, sandstone, soapstone. You can call granite also. So it is such a strong stone that it is very difficult to break. Now the temple was cut in U shape about 50 meters in back, that is distance, length, and 2 lakhs tons of rock was removed to give a shape of it. The archaeologist had calculated that it would not have been taken more, it would not have been taken less than hundreds of years to finish this. But how they have made it, they were really great. However, really it took only 18 years to complete. That is the devotion of people. That is the amount of efforts they were ready to give to the temple. Now, interestingly, modern engineers find it impossible to finish this temple even with modern technologies in 18 years. So, that's why we should appreciate it. It's a great, great, great. No match on the earth. You will not find such temple anywhere in the world. That's why we are proud of it. With that, I am Dr. Anil Joshi, logging off till we meet next time in the lecture. I thank you for giving me your valuable time. Goodbye, good luck, and take care.